Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. It's good to have you here. Tonight, Spokane Valley police are investigating an overnight shooting that sent one man to the hospital. It happened on 2nd and Havana. And
it's not the first time police have responded to that very same spot. KREM 2 Shannon Mowdy poured through our previous coverage of crime in that neighborhood. She is joining us live in the newsroom tonight with what neighbors are saying. Shannon?
Yeah, this morning our crews covering the shooting noticed this location was oddly familiar. Just about 3 months ago, KREM 2 told you about another shooting in this same spot where one man died. Spokane Valley police were called to the 4300 block of 2nd and Havana Wednesday morning after several people heard gunshots. We've learned one man was hit. He is expected to survive, according to police. For neighbors, it's troubling, but not surprising.
It's always a danger when you walk out your door here.
Lucas Hosoffel has lived in this apartment complex since 2017 and says the last few years he's seen more crime. He credits it, in part, to Camp Hope and the nearby Trent Resource Center.
It's getting pushed down. I'm seeing drugs, heroin needles, people camped outside my front door.
Other neighbors we spoke to off camera tell us they've seen more police activity. One man had a bullet come through his wall a couple years ago. Hosoffel lives right across from where Wednesday's shooting happened.
I heard 4 shots and it woke me up right out of a sound sleep. My window was open. It's right across from them.
The scene was eerily reminiscent of this site from February 8th.
One thing after another, we had a murder there in February, and another.
Spokane Valley police say 40-year-old Deshaun Crawford was shot and killed inside this home. We're told that's still an active investigation with no arrests yet, and it's unknown if the two shootings are related. And we did ask the Spokane Valley Sheriff's Office, or the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, for crime statistics on this neighborhood, but we're unable to get those today. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you very much. We also have some heartbreaking news tonight. Thor, the 2-year-old boy who was hit by a car last week, has died.
Washington State Patrol confirming his death to us earlier today. Thor, his mother, and 2 brothers were hit by a teenage driver in a car last Tuesday while crossing a road in Spokane Valley. So far, there have been no charges filed in the case.
There is an online fundraiser that has been started to help the family with expenses. A link to that fundraiser is available right now on our website, krem.com.
The suspect in a 40-year-old cold case murder has died in the Spokane County Jail while awaiting trial. The Spokane County Medical Examiner identified his manner of death as natural causes.
62-year-old Tracy Pruitt was accused of killing a Spokane businessman on the South Hill in 1982. Police arrested him in L.A. last November for the murder charge. He was then extradited back to Spokane.
June 30th, the city and state hope to bring the homeless encampment up I-90 known as Camp Hope to a close. For months, we have been tracking this shrinking camp.
So at last count, WashDOT is estimating only about 20 people are still living there. KREM 2's Janelle Finch is joining us now live from the camp to tell us what we can expect over the next month. Janelle?
Mark and Whitney, today we received this 7-page agreement from the city attorney. It explains how the city and state are supporting the closure of this camp by June 30th. The homeless encampment off of I-90 in Freya is dwindling by the day. That's because of a collaboration between city, state, and on-site services. KREM 2 spoke to Jules Helping Hands Executive Director Julie Garcia on the anticipated closure.
The emptiness of the camp signifies, one, a reduction in the footprint of this neighborhood, but also the real help that is given and being offered to people experiencing homelessness.
For the last 2 months, the city and state have been working together on a plan to safely shut down the camp. The city attorney says the joint motion was filed in court Tuesday. In that motion, proposed steps to transition people off the state-owned land. This includes notifying people of the camp's June 30th closure at least 1 week in advance and providing storage bins for moving personal property. It also says if someone refuses to leave on June 30th at 4 p.m., they could be arrested for trespassing. The joint agreement says WashDOT will monitor the site after the camp closes. The state is also responsible for removing any remaining structures, fencing, and garbage from the site. The city attorney says 5 days after the camp's closure, the city will dismiss its case against the state. Julie Garcia says she estimates less than 10 people are still living at the camp. Even some of the camps behind me will not be here by tomorrow. She says since Thursday, 12 people have been moved off this plot of land. At that rate, the city settlement may be coming sooner than June 30th. Live in Spokane, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you very much. Let's take a quick break from the headlines to talk about weather. Today, we saw a slight midweek cool down before warmer temperatures return.
It was really nice. Our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, has all the details for the rest of the week now.
Oh, I know. It's like the enjoy today and tomorrow as well before it's too hot.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's just way too hot. Right now, believe it or not, we sit at 70 degrees. All in all, not a bad day. A little bit of wind. We did see a few wind gusts up near, say 35 miles per hour. Actually, I have a pretty cool graphic. Give me a half a second here. Max wind gusts. There we go. And here we go. Any guesses?
20 miles an hour.
All right, it's loading. There we go. Mark was basically right. He said 20 miles per hour, and that's pretty close to where we were. And notice Yakima, 32. Up and over Snoqualmie Pass, we had a few stronger ones. That was where we saw most of it. But all in all, it's a pretty calm weather pattern. For us here, it's dry. You go down to the south or out to the east, widespread storms. Some of those even a bit stronger at times. But yeah, for us, it's a little bit different story. All right, we're zooming back out. Let's just zoom in and stay there. All right. Nothing but sunshine taking us through today. Tomorrow might see a couple of stray clouds in the mountains of North Idaho. And then by tomorrow night, it's all about the sunshine. We just stay kind of warm and sunny the next few days. Tomorrow looks a lot like yesterday. So remember yesterday when we climbed into the upper 70s? Yeah, basically that. Friday, near 80, and Saturday, mid 80s. And if I could show you Sunday, it would look a lot like Saturday, except for our high would be basically 90 degrees. So the heat is on.